everyone. So I'm going to go over the the peer edit research paper. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be reading another student's research paper and giving them some feedback. So what I'm going to do is introduce the assignment on Google Classroom, and then I will show you how to access it and go over the rubric that I will eventually grade you on. Also, just so you know, the super in my apartment building has been coming in and out to fix a massive leak in my bathroom, so hopefully he doesn't interrupt while I'm doing this, but if he does, that's okay too. Okay, so anyway, in the Google Classroom, you're going to see the assignment that looks like this, and it says, in the folder attached below, find your assigned partner's essay. So down here where it says like rough draft of research paper, if you click on that, it's not letting me open it right now. It'll show the whole class's research papers, and then you'll need to find the one to your partner that you're assigned to. So this is my Physics 4 group, so you can see here the list of the partners. So like Dulce would read Jasmine's paper, and Jasmine would read Dulce's paper. So you'd find your appropriate partner's essay. You're going to read it and give them feedback comments using Google Docs. Give them at least one glow where you highlight something positive or interesting in their paper. So maybe you're reading a paper about black holes and you learn something cool about black holes in their paper. You might want to highlight that part and say, I found this to be really interesting, or, oh, that's cool, I didn't know that, something like that. The idea is eventually you will be making a presentation, like a PowerPoint presentation, and then presenting it to the class, and we'll do that later, like late May. But that's going to be good feedback for them. So if they know something's interesting to you when they do their presentation, they might highlight that a little bit more for their presentation when they do that. Okay, and then there's a rubric for the final paper is attached below, along with an example research paper. So I'm just going to click on the example research paper. It's not letting me open it. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so you can click on that and it shows an example of what an APA example research paper looks like. And it's very specific. Like it shows the indentions, it shows how the paragraphs look, it shows how the heading should look. So that's a good resource to use. And let's go over the rubric. So this is what the rubric looks like. It's adapted from Cornell University's research paper rubric. So I'm not reinventing the wheel. I just literally used Cornell's and then adjusted it slightly for our needs. And I like that because, you guys are going to go to college soon. You should kind of see what college-like expectations are for these writings. Now, I know that you aren't in college yet, so, I'm going to keep that in mind when I read it. But this is how they break it down, and I like it, so I'm going to use it for our class too. So the integration of knowledge. So the paper demonstrates that the author fully understands and has applied concepts learned in the course. Concepts are integrated into the writer's own insights. The writer provides concluding remarks that show analysis and synthesis of ideas. And, I can use this, I guess. So what this is going to be, this is kind of the general overview of your topic. So if your topic is black holes, to use that example again, you're going to be talking about black holes and the concepts that you've learned about it within the framework of physics. So that's how you're going to do that. Topic focus is, the topic is focused narrowly enough for the scope of the assignment. The thesis statement or question provides direction for the paper, either by statement of a position or question to be analyzed. So for us, we're really looking at questions. You guys wrote your own questions. That's basically the question that's driving the paper. So you should be answering that question. So you want to make sure you answer the question in your paper. So I know sometimes you might not actually answer the question because maybe your question's a little too broad, or maybe you're doing a really difficult topic like string theory and we just don't know the answers to those questions yet. That's okay. Try to answer it to the best of your ability, and if you don't fully answer it, explain why and, what further questions you have. So kind of like lab, at the end of lab, it's like, what further questions do you have? That's the same idea, except applied to your research topic. Okay, the depth of discussion. So in depth and elaborate all sections of the paper. That's basically just going to be, you're not just giving surface level information. You're just not quoting and not explaining. You're going a little bit more in depth. You're applying it to the physics we've learned in class. etc. Cohesiveness. So this ties together information from all the sources. The paper flows from one issue to the next without the need for headings. Author's writing demonstrates an understanding of the relationship among the material obtained from all sources. So it shouldn't feel very choppy when I'm reading it as a whole paper. It should kind of naturally flow from one topic to the next. So that's really what that's looking for. So if it is a little choppy or a little bit disjointed, you might want to focus on bringing it all together into one paper. Okay, so spelling and grammar. So yeah, I'm going to be checking for that, spelling and grammar mistakes. Try to keep that to a minimum. And then sources, this is going to include, so you need at least 4 current sources. So that's basically your 4 articles. I didn't go over peer-reviewed journals, and we didn't really have access to that online, so I'm not so worried about that. However, in college, that's going to be a huge thing. So we are kind of glossing over that just a little bit for this assignment, but that's okay, because again, we just didn't have access to peer-reviewed journals as easily as you will in college. So you should have those. You should cite them throughout your paper. So there should be a minimum of at least 4 quotes from the 4 different articles. And you should explore that literature, whatever it is, and explain it so that we understand it. And then finally, your citation page, you want to make sure that's an APA citation. It's in the style, in the text, and at the end in a bibliography or a works cited page. And that'll be right at the end. Okay? So usually in class what we would do is you would read the paper and I'd give you this rubric and you'd fill it out and give it back to the person, and you would write a glow and a grow. Oh, my cat's playing with the toy. But because we're doing online learning, we can't really do it this way, so we're going to do it with the computers, just, giving them feedback in the Google document. But one of the things that I wanted to show you, I don't know how to make this, oh, there it goes, is, a glow. Tell them something they did well. People like to hear how they're doing well. So, if that's a quote they pick or something that's interesting, highlight that and be like, yo, this is great. This is awesome. I love this. Maybe be a little bit more specific than just a general, I love this, but, oh, I didn't know that black holes, there's an event horizon that once you passed it, it's the point of no return. That's really interesting, something like that. And then grow, be kind with your feedback. There's no reason for you to be super aggressive or even mean in your feedback. Just try to help them out, be like, oh, maybe look at your capitalization here or your punctuation here. Tell them specific, something to work on, but don't be mean. Be kind. It's important to be kind because this is a big project that we've worked on for a long time and we're almost done. Okay, so if you have any questions with this, I have office hours on Thursday, so stop in, say hello, ask questions. And I think that's really it for now. So hope to see you soon.